Look around you. How many objects can you see? Now close your eyes for a moment and feel the invisible weight these objects place on you. Each accumulated item isn't just a physical thing, it's an unmade decision, a silent responsibility, a small anchor holding your mind down. Have you ever wondered why, even after a full night's sleep, you still wake up tired? Why, despite having a closet full of clothes, you still feel like you have nothing to wear? The answer might not be in what you need to add to your life, but in what you need to remove. Excess surrounds us, not just in our homes, but in our minds, schedules, and relationships. We live in a culture that celebrates accumulation, that convinces us that more is always better. But there's a different path, a path of clarity and simplicity that has been followed for centuries. In traditional Japanese homes, every object has a purpose. Empty space isn't seen as something to be filled, but as an essential element that allows everything to breathe. This philosophy isn't just about having fewer things, it's about creating space for more meaning. When you enter a cluttered environment, something happens inside you. Your breathing becomes shallower, your shoulders tense up, your thoughts become fragmented. This isn't a coincidence. The space around us and the space within us are intimately connected. Now imagine a room with only the essentials: a simple wooden table, a single flower in a vase, soft natural light streaming through the window. How do you feel when you visualize this space? There's an almost immediate sense of relaxation, isn't there? This isn't a luxury reserved for the pages of decorating magazines. It's a real possibility for your daily life, no matter where you live or how much money you have. The transformation begins with a shift in perspective. Transforming cluttered environments into spaces of tranquility isn't just an aesthetic matter, it's a journey of self-discovery. When we begin to question what we really need to live well, we ask deeper questions about who we are and what we truly value. Let's start at the beginning. Your home is more than just a place to store things. It's a sanctuary for your mind and spirit. Every object you allow into this sanctuary should serve a purpose or bring genuine joy. Clutter isn't just a matter of disorganization, it's an accumulation of postponed decisions. Every item in your home that you don't use, don't love, or don't need represents a small decision you've avoided making. These small non-decisions accumulate, creating an invisible weight that we feel every day. Start by observing how you feel in different spaces in your home. Are there areas where you naturally feel calmer, and areas that you avoid, or that cause a subtle feeling of anxiety? Our bodies often know, even before our conscious mind, when a space isn't serving our well-being. There's a profound wisdom in the act of cleaning. It's not just about removing dirt, it's about creating clarity. When you clean your home with total presence, something also clears within you. Ancient Japanese traditions treat cleaning as a spiritual practice, not as a household chore. Imagine waking up in a room where every object has been chosen with intention. Your outfit for the day has already been selected the night before. Your bedside table contains only a book, a glass of water, and perhaps a small plant. There are no piles of clothes, papers, or electronic devices competing for your attention. What would it be like to start your day in this space? What would the quality of your first morning thoughts be like? Our environments shape our thoughts in ways we rarely realize. A cluttered space creates a cluttered mind. A tranquil space invites inner tranquility. The journey to transform your home begins with a single space. Don't try to reorganize everything at once. Choose a corner, a shelf, a drawer. Empty it completely. Clean the surface until it shines. Now, before putting anything back, ask yourself a simple but powerful question. Does this serve a purpose in my life right now? We're not just organizing objects, we're creating space to live fully. When a surface is full of objects, there's no room for new experiences. When a closet is packed with clothes we don't wear, we're living in the past, not in the present. Detachment isn't about deprivation, it's about freedom. Every item you release creates space not only in your home, but in your mind. There's an almost tangible lightness that comes from owning less. Consider your kitchen. It's a place of nourishment and communion, but in many homes, it's become a repository for rarely used appliances, duplicate utensils, and forgotten foods. A minimalist kitchen contains only what you use regularly. The utensils are of good quality and well cared for. There's no excess, just enough. What would it be like to prepare a meal in such a space? No cluttered drawers, no disorganized cabinets, just a smooth flow of movement and intention. In the bathroom, practice the principle of having only the products you actually use daily in sight. The rest can be stored, or better yet, eliminated. A simple bathroom becomes a space of genuine self-care, not a reminder of impulse purchases and unfulfilled beauty promises. Your wardrobe is perhaps the biggest challenge. We're conditioned to believe that we need many options, that more clothes mean more possibilities. But the truth is that most of us only wear 20% of our clothes, 80% of the time. Imagine a closet where every piece fits perfectly, where every item matches the others, where nothing is worn out, stained, or no longer fits. You don't have to have a lot of clothes to have style. In fact, less often means more. As you move through your home, notice how different spaces evoke different emotions. The entrance is where you transition between the outside world and your personal sanctuary. How can you make it a conscious portal? Perhaps a small bench to take off your shoes, a hook to hang your keys, a designated space to leave behind the worries of the day. The living room is where we connect with others and with ourselves. It's a space for conversation, contemplation, and rest. How many seats do you really need? What objects deserve to be at the center of this space? Your office or workspace profoundly shapes your productivity and creativity. A clean desk isn't just a cliché, it's a necessity for clear thinking. Remove distractions. Create an environment that supports your focus, not fragments it. As you transform each space, you'll notice that you're not just changing your physical environment, you're changing your relationship with the material world. You become more conscious, more intentional, less susceptible to the constant appeals to consume more. The real secret of minimalism isn't having less, it's making space for more of what matters. More silence, more clarity, more genuine connection. When your home contains only what you use, love, or consider beautiful, every object gains meaning. That vase isn't just a vase, it's a gift from a dear friend. That chair isn't just a chair, it's where you sit to read to your children. Your space becomes an authentic expression of who you are, not a random collection of things. There's a deep beauty in imperfection. A wooden table with marks of use tells a story. A natural fabric with slight variations has character. Objects that age gracefully connect us with the natural flow of life. Seek this timeless quality in your belongings. Choose natural materials that age well: wood, ceramics, glass, linen, cotton. Avoid plastics and synthetic materials that degrade quickly and never truly integrate into the natural rhythm of life. True decluttering isn't an activity you do once and finish. It's an ongoing practice, like meditation. Each day brings new opportunities to assess what serves and what no longer serves, what adds value to your life, and what just takes up space. Establish small daily rituals of organization. 5 minutes every night to prepare your home for rest. A moment in the morning to make your bed with full presence. These aren't household chores, they're mindfulness practices. When you buy something new, practice the principle of one in, one out. For every new item you bring home, release something old. This simple habit prevents accumulation and keeps your space in balance. Before making a purchase, ask yourself, will this solve a real problem or just create the temporary feeling of novelty? Conscious consumption isn't about never buying anything new. It's about making every purchase with full awareness. Observe how the seasons change. Let your home breathe with them. In winter, you might want more textures, more coziness. In summer, more space, more lightness. This seasonal adaptation creates a sense of connection with the natural cycles that we so often miss in our modern lives. External order creates internal order. When your physical environment is in harmony, your mind naturally follows. You may notice that you sleep better, that your thoughts are clearer, that your creativity flows more freely. It's not just about organization, it's about creating an environment that nurtures your soul, a space that allows you to breathe deeply, think clearly, and live fully. When you start living with less, you'll discover that you need less to be happy. This is one of the greatest gifts of the minimalist path, the rediscovery of simplicity as a source of joy. A cup of tea savored in silence, sunlight creating patterns on the floor, the sound of rain on a clean window. These simple experiences become more vivid, more profound when they're not competing with the constant noise of excess. Practice gratitude for the objects you choose to keep, not as hoarding, but as recognition of the value they bring to your life. When we use something with gratitude, we create a different relationship with the material world, one of respect, not of mindless consumption. In your kitchen, keep only the ingredients you actually use. Organize them so you can see everything at once. This not only makes cooking more efficient, but also reduces food waste. There's a deep satisfaction in using everything you have. in transforming simple ingredients into nourishment. Your bedroom deserves special attention. It's where you begin and end each day. A quiet room, with minimal furniture and no electronics, creates the conditions for deep and restorative sleep. Remove everything that isn't related to rest and intimacy. Remember that the transformation of your home is also an inner transformation. As you simplify your environment, you'll create space for deeper questions. What truly brings me joy? How do I want to spend my limited time on this earth? What does it mean to live well? The space you create in your home will become a space in your mind. You'll be able to hear your own thoughts more clearly, feel your own emotions more deeply, know your own desires more surely. In this newfound clarity, you may notice that certain relationships in your life also need attention. Just like objects, some relationships may have served a purpose in the past, but no longer align with who you're becoming. Others deserve to be nurtured and deepened. Detachment extends beyond the physical. We can also detach from rigid expectations, from old hurts, from identities that no longer serve us. As your physical space opens up, you may find that your heart also opens. One of the most powerful practices of the minimalist philosophy is that of taking intentional pauses. In a world that values constant productivity, simply stopping can seem radical. But it's in these moments of pause that we find clarity. Create small oases of silence in your daily routine. 5 minutes in the morning before checking your phone, a moment of pause before eating, a conscious break between tasks. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities for a clear mind. As you simplify your material life, you may discover that you have more resources for what really matters, more time for meaningful relationships, more energy for creative projects, more attention for the simple beauty of everyday life. There's a profound wisdom in knowing when enough is enough. Our culture bombards us with messages that we need more, always more. But there's a deep satisfaction in recognizing that what you already have is sufficient. Observe how natural light transforms your spaces throughout the day. The morning light, soft and golden. The midday light, clear and defined. The evening light, warm and nostalgic. A simplified space allows you to notice these subtle changes, to connect with the natural rhythms of the day. Instead of filling your walls with many images, consider the power of a single beautiful object as a focal point. A painting that always reveals something new. A simple sculpture that changes with the light. A branch with seasonal flowers. Less often means more impact. In your bathroom, transform the daily routine into a ritual. It's not just about getting clean, it's about caring for the only body you inhabit. Simple, natural products chosen with intention, conscious movements, a pause for gratitude for clean water, a luxury that many in the world don't have. At the entrance of your home, create a transition ritual. Take off your shoes slowly, symbolically leaving the outside world behind. Hang your coat mindfully. Take a deep breath before fully entering your personal sanctuary. Your dining table is more than just a place to eat. It's an altar for communion. Keep it clean and prepared for meaningful gatherings, whether with others or in solitude. A simple meal, appreciated fully, can be a moment of profound connection. In the evening, practice the ritual of preparing your home for rest. Fold the clothes worn during the day. Wash the dinner dishes, wipe down the surfaces. This isn't just housework, it's an act of care for your future self, who will wake up in a space of order and calm. Don't underestimate the power of a well-made bed. It's a small act that sets the tone for the day. A tidy bed creates a sense of order, even when the rest of life feels chaotic. In your workspace, apply the principle of one task, one focus. Remove visual distractions. Keep only what's necessary for the current task at hand. You'll find that your mind quiets, allowing for greater concentration and creativity. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. An overly controlled space can be as oppressive as a cluttered one. Strive for balance. Enough order for clarity, enough space to breathe, enough beauty to inspire. There's a quiet quality to well-made and well-cared-for objects. A kitchen knife kept sharp, a broom with natural bristles, a hand-woven blanket. These simple objects carry a dignity that disposable items never will. When you live with less, each object can receive your full care. Nothing is neglected. Nothing is forgotten in a drawer. Your belongings become extensions of your awareness, not distractions from it. There's a subtle but profound difference between tidying and organizing. Tidying is about finding better places to store your things. Organizing is about questioning whether you need those things in the first place. Always start with organizing, then tidy what remains. As you move forward on this journey, you may encounter resistance within yourself and perhaps from others. Our identity is often intertwined with our possessions. Letting go of things can feel like losing a part of yourself. Acknowledge this discomfort as part of the growth process. Once you experience the freedom of living with less, something shifts in your psychology. Buying becomes less appealing. The need to impress others diminishes. You begin to find satisfaction in more sustainable sources, relationships, creativity, connection with nature. Notice how different materialistic cultures try to sell you the idea that you need to buy more to be happy. But happiness was never for sale. It emerges naturally when we remove what blocks our innate capacity for contentment. Living simply isn't a sacrifice. It's a privilege. It's the freedom to not be defined by what you own. It's space to discover who you truly are, beyond the layers of identity built by consumption. At the end of the day, your environment is a reflection of your inner mind. When you create external order, you cultivate internal order. When you create beauty around you, you nurture beauty within yourself. When you create space in your home, you create space in your heart. This journey has no final destination. There's no perfectly minimalist apartment, no perfectly organized house. There's only the ongoing commitment to awareness, to questioning what we truly need, to creating space for what truly matters. As you transform your spaces, you transform yourself. Your senses sharpen. Your appreciation for simple beauty deepens. Your resistance to the constant demands of consumer culture strengthens. Start today. Choose one small space, a drawer, a shelf, a corner of a desk. Empty it completely. Clean it with mindfulness. Return only what serves a purpose in your current life or brings genuine joy. Experience the feeling of space you've just created. This is just the beginning, a small seed of transformation. As you cultivate this practice, it will naturally grow, extending into other aspects of your life. Your home will become more than a place to store things. It will be a sanctuary for your soul, a space where you can truly breathe, think, and be. The journey to a simpler life isn't about deprivation. It's about abundance. Abundance of space, abundance of time, abundance of attention for what truly nurtures your spirit. When you look at a cluttered environment, don't just see the mess. See the potential for clarity. Don't just see objects. See decisions waiting to be made. Don't just see work. See an opportunity for conscious creation. True beauty doesn't come from perfect things arranged perfectly. It comes from the harmony between your spaces and your real needs. It comes from the intention with which you care for your belongings. It comes from the mindfulness you bring to the simplest tasks of everyday life. At the end of this journey, you'll have more than just an organized house. You'll have a new relationship with the material world, one that honors objects for the service they provide without being enslaved by them, one that sees beauty in simplicity, not excess, one that creates space for what truly matters. True luxury isn't having more, it's needing less. It's the freedom that comes from knowing that your happiness doesn't depend on acquisitions. It's the peace that comes from an environment that reflects your deepest values, not the fleeting values of a consumer culture. Welcome to a new path. One of clarity, intention, and genuine beauty. Your space is waiting to breathe. Your life is waiting to expand. The first step is yours to take. Transform your home. Transform your life. The Japanese minimalist way. Share this blessed video so that it can touch and help other people like you and me. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being part of our faith community. If you would like to support our channel a little more, consider becoming a member of our channel. I leave here 2 more videos so that you can continue your search. Thank you, and God bless you all. See you later.